how are ya? Craft time. Ow. I just stepped on something. What'd I step on? A sliver. That's not good. I got it. How you doing? I'm here. I think I'm here. Hi. A little fuzzy, a little tired. But that's kind of par for the course lately, eh? Okay, I'm just pulling up the phone because it's just so much easier to use the phone lately. You know what I mean? I don't know why. Oh yeah, I was gonna look at something earlier and I forgot. An advantage of being a demonstrator is starting tomorrow we can pre-order a bunch of stuff, and I haven't even looked, and I didn't even know that we can also pre-order the January online exclusives supposedly. So I'm like, I should actually look at it in case there's something interesting, because I am slowly planning my birthday bash class. As in, I don't have a plan yet. It's to come in my mind. I don't know what I'm doing yet, but I gotta come up with something good. So maybe the online exclusives might give me an idea. So, to be determined. But that's the fun part of being a demo is I can actually access this stuff. Yay! All right. So in the meantime, I'm changing it up tonight. I'm working with this still, so I'm just gonna figure out what the heck I'm doing because I don't know what I'm doing apparently. I need. Yeah, what am I doing? Wow. Alright, I know the size. 1.25 inches by 1 inch. Here we go. Now I'm on to something. By 1.25 inches. So the same card type I've been making for several days now. But still a good one. And then because I cut it differently. Hey Elaine, how are you? I'm just going to crop it the other way. Because sometimes the pattern makes a difference. This time, not so much. I'm just going to go with this. Then I got to decipher what colors these are. Because I don't remember what Paper Pumpkin kit this is from. This is the same, I believe, as last night's version. It's from a past kit. Again, it looks like we've got some of that Night of Navy stuck in it again. Which is a nice color. And then we have like a... I want to say Calypso Coral. So maybe I'm actually getting to know my Stampin' Up! Colors finally. It took me a few years. Now, I'm going to take a moment and peek at the goodies from Elaine. Because it's right here, and I still have not actually put the stuff away. I haven't had time. I've just been chaos. Like, today was a good day. Just tired. Busy at work. Doing more packing of the moving stuff. And just exhausted. So, let's see if we have a color here that just might very well go with that paper. It might. If not, I gotta quickly brainstorm, well, what color am I gonna use? I love the colors here. I'm just not seeing what's hitting me right now. Because if it is, I forgot the name of the color I said. Wow. Calypso Coral? Is that what they said? Yeah. Uh, yeah, I think that's the color I mentioned. It's a specific color, so sometimes, hey, if you don't have the color, it makes it a little hard to craft with. Although I'm seeing something. Hold on. I'm getting an idea. No, Springton. Not quite the same color, but okay, that looks better. I'm liking that right now. Okay, for some reason, I'm liking the red and the red and whatever that color is. It's doing me, so I'm going to go with that actually. Thank you, Elaine, for the paper, because I think that might spin me a unique direction tonight. I would not have thought those colors, but just looking at it, maybe the other way. No, I think it looked better the first way. I don't know. I'm just going to go with that. Why not, eh? Just, I don't have to always actually match the colors. So I'm going to put these aside. Nice paper, by the way. It's always fun to craft with friends. And this week I'm hosting the team Facebook page group, not page. I gotta remember there's a difference in terminology. I mean, after all, it's almost the same sometimes, but no, there's a difference. And yeah, I'm not used to doing that. Part of me kind of wishes I wasn't doing it right now, but you know what? I'm just gonna do it. Enjoy the 2 weeks. It's a good way to stretch my skills with communications and trying to be with it, so I'm just gonna go with it. All right, so I know I totally did that still without telling you. So this was cut at 5.5 inches, and then the next piece I'm gonna cut at 5.25, and then each time I'm putting the stuff away by 4 inches. That way I can make my panel. There we go. As I hit my lamp. So it helps to have a plan, but at least I know the layout. I just don't really know how it all comes together sometimes. But also because was it last night maybe? I die cut the deckled rectangle shape just to speed up the process, which I think was a good idea. I got it wet. I wasn't trying to get it wet. Yeah, it kind of works right now. So, and then the ink. That's going to be a good question. It actually works, I think, in my opinion. The ink. So, and not only ink. I'm thinking. Because it has that little teeny tiny bit of Night of Navy, I'm going to use it. This seems to be the go-to color the last couple days, eh? And of course I did not prep my sponge. Of course not. But I did kick my butt tonight to actually do a newsletter entry tonight. So that's been sent out already. I'm about 3 weeks behind, and I would have done more with it. But I just want to do a nice basic, hey everyone, acknowledge yeah, I've dropped the ball. I have not been on as much lately doing newsletters and being a Stampin' Up! Demo. Even though I do these videos a lot. But overall, as a bigger picture, I haven't really been working on too much. Other than I did a lot of the Christmas packets. That's crooked, actually. I did Christmas packets, which took a long time to make. And then sometimes it helps just to put this down first and then try to pick it up. It's still crooked, but it's fine. Yeah, navy blue. So I'm stumbling my own words tonight. So because I spent so much time in the Christmas packets, like months, it's kind of taken me away from other projects and other things. And then I was limited on finances for vendor events. I didn't do those. And so I just wanted to I did a newsletter post just to say, hey, I'm going through a life change. Here's what the actual change is. And what does it mean? What is the impact on them? Well, the impact is I'll be a happier person because I'm actually making a change to help myself for the future, which is the whole idea. There we go. So that's slightly crooked, but good. And I don't have my sponge out. Then I gotta figure out the paw prints. What color to do that? I still might do the navy blue. I still think it might work. So with this life change, it does create challenges now with, well, what am I doing as a demo? I may have more monetary resources coming up in the near future, hopefully, but my time is not the same anymore. So, I don't know yet. I gotta figure all this out. But as I put in my newsletter, one of the key lines to mention was sometimes we need a big pivotal change in our life to be able to help us realign ourselves back to what's important, what we want to do, and what we love to do. And that's what I feel I'm going through right now is, yeah, this new job in schedule and everything, it is going to change what I do here. But it may very well bring me more closer to what is it do I want to do. So, change is good. At least I think so. I'm just gonna put my stamp away because I'm good for the night. And then yeah, I'll do the paw print in the blue again, just to have a little more of a blue. All right, paw print. And then again, boom, 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 and then boom. There we go. That is cute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, it's odd. That's good. Clean that stamp. Almost clean. I'm not cleaning it very well, apparently. Okay, it's cleaner now. I got ink on me already. My little finger. And then lastly is color the letters. So give that a quick moment to dry. Although I'll probably still smudge it anyway, because I usually do smudge it. So, yeah. Anyway, but I just want to do a newsletter that addressed that, hey, I am around. I am reachable. If people need something, please contact me. Like, I am around. I am doing stuff. I'm just busier than I used to be. Alright, so there is the Calypso Coral. And then I'm going to pair the Calypso with a red. So I'm going to go Cherry Cobbler. I think that'll look really good. And then while I'm letting that momentarily dry, that way I'm not totally smudging the ink, I'm going to glue some of this together. That way the last step will be that in the bling bling. Bling bling. I was like saying bling bling. Forget what started the whole bling bling, but I don't know. Lately I like those words. So today was a good day. Just busy. Doing more of the inventory. Today was more on my own because my boss guy, he was busy loading up transport trucks to take to the new facilities. So he's like all day forklift. So, but I think he appreciates that. Hey, fine, I was left on my own for a good chunk of the day, but I still made good progress for me just being me. So it was good. Alright, so I'm just gluing down these pieces with the, well, glue. I say glue, but it's really adhesive, whatever you want to call it. I'm always going to say glue, but it's adhesive. But yeah, I'm just going to turn that way, so a little white border on it for some reason. There we go. That's looking mostly good. It's slightly off skewed, but yeah, I can see it on the camera. But you know what? Oh yeah, what set is the word stamp from? Good question. Genuine Gems. I don't know what year it was. I've probably had it for a while. But there we go. It's definitely, I would say it's retired because it's not. Well, I have a shelf that I keep my current stamps plus my regular stamps that I use a lot. This is not one of them. I don't know what prompted me to. No, I know what prompted me to grab this a month ago, but to use because I used that stamp, that one, that one, that one. Like, I did a funny card for a reason, and when I was looking throughout the house trying to find an apologetic stamp, I saw this and I'm like, oh my god, half these stamps can go really well on a card. So I'm really loving this one. Elaine, we may have to look out to see for the next stamp sales if one of the other demos is selling this, because this one I'm really loving. Even the I love you in a nice and it's all different fonts too, and it has like a distressed look to the font, like how it just looks really cool. So I'm loving that stamp set. Okay, that was a good interlude. So while I have a moment, I'm just going to use these dimensionals for tonight because I'm trying to use them up. And I'm in the mood to use them. It's just I have to actually cut them, which is a little annoying. Yeah, like, it's gotta be a couple years ago. Like, I don't know why I got it. To be honest, I mean, it could have been a clearance item 3 years ago. Um, could have been a prize from Jen or Teresa or someone. Like, I have no idea how I got it. It's not Celebration, I can say that, because it would have said Celebration on it. It doesn't say host on it, so it wouldn't be that either. But yeah, no, I'm curious. Where's it from? Hey, Evelyn. Hey, Angelique. I'm working on another one of Evelyn's feel-good cards. Aw, Evelyn turned the chipmunk loose. Aw, my poor little chipmunk friend. Evelyn rescued a chipmunk today. And now it's back into the wild again. Yeah, like, I mean, that stamp set, I'm gonna put in view here because it's really, really nice. Like, maybe it's one that a lot of demos really like. I don't know where I got it from. It could have been, I think it could have been a prize from something. Could have been from Jen or someone. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. It was because I have a shelf upstairs of retired stamps, and that's where it was. And yeah, I like it. All right, so I'm just putting this on with dimensionals. All these cards don't have a white panel at the end, so I'm just gonna do that later on when I finish the whole batch. So I haven't got around to it yet. They're all like, colored. And I haven't stamped the back of them yet either, but I'll get there. I'll just try to get more of the initial project done. Okay. I said I was going to keep the stamp in view. And I keep putting it away. Tab it to put stuff away. Now I'm going to put stuff on top of it. Alright, I got to sharpen my pencils. So the colors I'm using is Calypso Coral, because I'm pretty sure that's Calypso Coral in that butterfly imagery all over again in there. And then because I choose the red cardstock, I'm going to use the Cherry Cobbler as the shadow for the lettering. So here's the slow part that takes a while, is coloring. Yeah, what I can do is, because, Elaine, I'm hosting the team page this week, I'll post it and be like, hey, does anybody know what year this was from? Would you like me to ask if anybody would like to part with it? Because if you really want it. I'm loving it. This is one that I never even used until a month ago. And this is a great stamp set. And I got suddenly quiet, but that's okay. When I color, I get quiet. But yeah. So the count of how many cards I've made, I don't know. I just know I still have. I've die cut these white pieces, so I have an idea that when I reach the last one, I know I'm done. Because the last one will be a scrappy card. Now I've decided the scrappy card, because I'm hosting the team Facebook group this week and next week. I'm going to do the scrappy card on a live for the group, but I will show it after here what the card is. That way to show kind of like some of my artistic technique of, and it's a great technique of for demos on how they can possibly use their scraps. For example, one of our team members, she just did a video last night. Same kind of theme, scrappy card, where she took scraps of 3/4 inch paper, cut them up to unusual triangular shapes, and did her own version of a mosaic pattern on the card, and it looked awesome. And then she stepped it up by putting the embossing powder on it, and it looked really, really good. So when I saw that, I thought, I gotta do my scrappy card. Because it's such a great way to use up, scraps and leftover pieces. Like, as I say, my word of the year is resourceful. It is so, so true. That way we can kind of see the stamp slightly better. And it's been a theme for me this year that's worked so well that I'm kind of sad about what's my word of the year next year? I want to say resourceful, which I think that's still gonna stick with me regardless. But I gotta come up with a theme for next year. I don't know yet, and especially with the new job and everything, I really gotta come up with a theme for next year. So my theme next year might be more pertaining to my current life change. Hi Amanda, thanks for tuning in. And ladies, you three ladies who are watching, I believe it's you three. You all commented. You all put a review on my Stampin' Up website. Thank you so much. You're all your names are gonna go into the draw early December-ish, maybe a week or two in. I'm going to be exhausted doing vendor events at the end of this month. And then when Canada Post will let me mail again, because we can't mail here right now. Mind you, I can pay extra and send UPS and FedEx and Perlator and all that, but I will worry about that as needed. So someone will win a prize, and then anybody else is watching. If you want to put a review of me on my Stampin' Up website, please do, because your name will be entered into a draw. It was part of a team challenge this month, and I do pay attention to some of the trainings. I wouldn't say trainings that we do. It's not so much, it's more meetings and information and ideas and suggestions that our leader Jen is really good about that stuff. And I I do the challenges as they fit for me. I don't always do them, but some of the challenges I've learned to do new things that it'll be a challenge that it's outside my comfort zone, but not far outside. It'll be something I haven't really done yet, or I've done a little bit of it and I need more help with it, and then I'll do them if it's something I can do. So some challenges, it's like, no, I'm not doing them. So, but yes, Elaine, certainly new beginnings. It definitely is. Like, I am excited to do so many things in the next while. Like, and I talked to my partner about it, and he's like, wait, get past certain hurdles first before we jump into the next big plan or whatever. So, yeah. Speaking of hurdles, there's a hurdle that it's not a new hurdle. It's just one I've been neglecting for a while, and it popped up again on the weekend as a reminder of this hurdle's still there. And I'm like, yep, I gotta get to that. So, yeah, I got a lot to do in 2025. Which means some of my fun ideas might have to wait a little while longer. So that's looking pretty. Let's see how this looks. That's looking pretty good. I'm not sure about the Night of Navy, but it still looks good. Yeah, I'll go with it. Actually, let me finish Universe in the Red. And I might do the Awesome in Night of Navy. Just to change that, because I feel like doing the Calypso Coral again would not look as good. I want to swap it up. So I'm just doing the shadow of the lettering, because the stamp has a shadow lines, in Cherry Cobbler. And now I just smudged pencil on it, but that's okay. It'll have a nice handcrafted feel to it. I'm just gonna... When it comes to, if you got excess pigment of your pencils on your paper, don't rub it, which I just did a moment before. That's where you saw me pick it up and just kind of shake it into a little garbage thing. You have more effectiveness to not have excess color smudged on your sheet if you don't touch it, but let gravity shake it off, kind of thing. There's a tip for today. And then there I go. I just touched it again. It's okay. It's a habit. Yeah, because now I can see more red. Oh well. I don't listen to my own advice very well, do I? Oh my goodness. Anyway. can use a good sleep. I hope I just sleep good tonight. I am sleeping. It's just was up too late last night. I was crafting. Of course, I'm crafting. So I kind of had some perspective over the weekend. I'm like, oh crap, I gotta do 25 of these cards, and I'm like, I'm not doing too good on my deadline. So because the same deadline as this, I have other deadlines, and I'm like, oh no. So unfortunately, my unofficial deadline for these projects is this weekend. I am not going to make it. I can already see that. However, it'll be fine. I will figure it out. Okay, so I've got that. Now I'm gonna put the two colors away. Yeah, it's easy to stay up late, isn't it? When you get all into something or watching a movie or a project and that. Yeah, I can definitely relate to that. Okay. Well, there's my Knight of Navy. Looking all over for it. And then I was like, I'm gonna look for a blue pencil of a different color, and I don't have a different. I don't have a other darker, so I'm just gonna go with that. I just want to see. You can tell this paper's well loved. See, this Knight of Navy doesn't match the ink. It's kind of fascinating. So, to muck with it, I'm gonna use black as I keep saying highlight. It's the shadow. I gotta get my words right. Oh, speaking of black, I got one that slid out here. Okay, I'm gonna put it away now. So I have an extra black of a different, unknown brand. Alright, I'll just use these. Okay. Then I go to bed, I start reading last night. And I smudge it again, but that's okay. I've been going through this year, kind of nostalgia on reading books that I've read when I was a kid. And this time, actually reading the kid series. So, I'm a little embarrassed to say it, but I'm going to say it. I've been reading off and on this year The Babysitter's Club. I enjoyed it as a kid. I remember reading it because I read The Babysitter's Club. Not all of it. I read whatever books my mom would buy for me because we didn't really do the library thing. And then I also read The Babysitter's Little Sister. I don't know which one I started with first. It could have been that one. I moved to the other one, but I remember reading some of it. And I've read a few of them the last, say, 6 months to a year from now. That I was like, oh yeah, I remember reading this. I remember that. I remember some of this info. So, and then I didn't even realize how big the series actually became. The Babysitter's Club version. That nowadays, I think there's a Netflix show on it now. I actually want to watch it for the sake of I just want to watch it. And there's been so many spin-off books from it, like Anne Martin. I always say Anne M. Martin because that's how it's Anne and then M. Martin. It bucks me up when I read it, but she did so many sub-series at the Babysitter's Club. Like I got my notes. I'm not pulling them now, but like mystery, super mystery, super specials, and then she's even done spin-off series about the kids in Mrs. Coleman's class and tuned to the Babysitter's Little Sister, and like I couldn't believe how much got involved in it. Now the movie that came out when I was a kid, I did watch the movie. I have the VHS somewhere. I'm never gonna watch the VHS to be honest. But I actually want to see the movie again. But it's not on the platform I'm subscribed to, so it's like, no, I want to see the movie. Because I used to watch it a lot when I was a kid. Just something I was into. And to be honest, I don't even remember why I love the series. I don't know. I think it had something that I was missing from my childhood. Oh, your girls read them? Oh, that's cool. It to me, because looking back at it now that I've read it more recently in life, but it's a group of friends who are friends and they're also a club, and it's like their life lessons together, their highs and lows and what they go through. And I guess for me, what I can kind of vaguely remember a glimmer of is it represented something I didn't have. It was yeah, and yeah, the friendship and that they were so tight. Yeah, sorry, I got something stuck in my mouth. Sorry. Yeah, that friendship stuff. I didn't have that as a kid. I didn't have a group of friends. Wasn't even part of a club or anything. So it was like a way that I felt like I was part of their lives. And I actually remember which of the kids I really connected with. And when I look back more recently in the last 6 months or so, I was like, I have no idea why I connected with that kid, but I did. So Jessie, for some reason, was my favorite when I was a kid, when I was young. I think, looking back at it now, I think because she. Now we're talking about books now. She was the new kid in town. She was the outsider, given her cultural being just because she's a black kid in a very white community. The way I read as the series, which to me I have no connection to that, but I think because she felt like an outsider, and I've always felt like an outsider because I was kind of a weird, awkward, very shy kid with trauma from my mother. So yeah, that didn't help very much. But also I think it's her artistic side because she's into very much ballet and dance. And me, hell no, I don't dance, I don't do ballet, I have no connection to that. But it's the creative side, which I think would be kind of funny. You think I would have related to Claudia because she's the painter, she's the artist. I don't know, like for some reason, Jessie is the one I remember the most. I don't know why. And you'd think I would have connected with Mallory because I loved to write as a kid. I don't know. Like, it was just one of these. I can't understand it. Like, it's not a negative thing or anything. It was just one of these surprised. Because I thought I would have connected with Mallory. But, no. Anyway. But, like, the book where Marianne saves the day, that was the one where. I think that was book 4 or something, because it's one of the early ones in the series. She's looking after the little bratty kid, the kid that always had to be in dresses and would yell and scream, which doesn't get her way. But when the kid had a serious fever and she calls 911 and that because of the experience, she's able to teach her dad a little bit on like she is mature, she's doing really really good, she's a really good girl, to get some loosened up restrictions. I think I connected with that because I felt so restricted as a kid for my family that it's like we're all rooting for Marianne because she finally got to wear her hair down. She finally got to don't have to wear dresses all the time. So that I think in some sense most of the kids we all could relate to some aspect of them in their lives. Maybe not all of them. Sports wise, heck no. I would not be a Christie, but I think at my older age, now as an adult, that sense of leadership and taking charge and that and wanting to be the top of a community. Here we are. Yeah, so, yeah, in some sense, that was a series that, now looking back at it, it doesn't surprise me. It did so well. So, and that's where, I don't know, it just popped in my head for some reason years ago, and I just started really getting back into it again. Like, actually reading and keeping notes on which books I read. Now, nowadays, I go by not buy library cards, not go by. Let me rephrase. I have library cards I use online, so I just online keep track of which ones I've read. So, and the comments, I'm still behind because I really got into a talkative thing. Ba, 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 ba. Judy Blume and Beverly Clearly. I don't know those ones, but yeah, I'll have to check those out. Judy Blume's Super Fudge. Interesting title. See, that now we're all talking about books. Yeah, I don't know the Saddle Club. I don't know that one. Because I went from Babysitter's Club to Star Wars. That's how I jumped. I did Animorphs for a while. I forget. I might have done Babysitter's Club to Animorphs and then Star Wars. That might have been my craze. That makes sense. How to Eat Fried Worms. Oh God, the title scares me. Not a title I'd be interested in. But yeah, Star Wars became a big part of my childhood. Um, Sixth grade, I read. Well, no, sixth grade, I saw the movies with my brother at home. I don't know why. I did. And I friggin' loved it because it did something for me. And then I started reading the books. I remember my mom and I were in Zellers and Guelph. I actually remember this. And I saw a Star Wars book. I'm like, I want to read it. I want to get it. And it was not part of the movies. It was one of the early books for the expanded universe that created more of what Star Wars later became. It was Timothy Zahn or Zahn. I always say Timothy Zahn. I don't know what his actual name is. He wrote a trilogy based on Luke and Leia and Han 5 years after Return of the Jedi for storyline. And I loved that trilogy. Freaking loved it. And it got me hooked into Star Wars. So there's a little bit of, my history. And actually, the last couple years, I started rereading my Star Wars books. And there's hundreds of books. I'm barely into it. Then I got bored with it. I'm like, I'm getting tired of reading it. But yeah, I started reading them a lot. There we go. There's our card. I think we're going to need some blue bling. Just to swap it up for the blingy. Anyway. So yeah, books. What else did I read as a kid? I read a couple of the... Oh, it's kind of bugged me. The Boxcar something. The kids that... They were living in a boxcar. I forget why. I think their parents died or something. And then one day their uncle or grandfather, I don't know, found the kids. And then they're living with their family member. And then because the boxcar was so loved, they moved the boxcar into the backyard or something. And then they would go around solving mysteries in the community and that. I read that for a little bit. I just can't remember what it's called. Read a little bit of Nancy Drew, but it didn't really do me. It was one of these, the TV show fascinated me, but when I read it, it was kind of like, it didn't really do me at all. What else did I read as a kid? No, I'm questioning what I read. I can't remember. It's gonna bug me now. It is so gonna bug me. And I have my books at my parents' home. Because I was a kid that we didn't go to the library. We would buy books. There was no borrowing kind of thing for some reason. And it took me a very long time to break myself out of that. Now it's like, the internet's freaking awesome. Oh, another series, Choose Your Own Adventures. Yeah, those are fun. In high school, I started reading Stephanie Plum series by Janet Ivanovich. And because I must have liked her Facebook page at some point in the past. I saw something today and I'm like, because it's like Now or Never. It's like Team Morelli or Team Ranger. And I'm like, oh my god, did they finally make a decision on which guy Stephanie goes with? I love that series. I freaking loved it. And the movie, I love that movie that they did. Even though the movie wasn't great. Yeah, Boxcar Children. Yeah, I was trying to remember what the heck that was. The movie wasn't great, but I still loved it because I was such a fan. I've read probably about 20 of their books, and then I stopped reading. So I don't even know where we're at now in the series, but it was fun for like the first 20. Then after a while, it's like, it's the same formula, and then I got tired of reading it. But that's another one I want to get back to reading it again because I love Rain. I think I'm Team Ranger. I just love that guy. The whole, secret, like, he's just secretive, and he's like, I don't have the word, he's not a spy or anything, he's like a private investigator, and he's like this super cool guy of mystery kind of thing, not James Bond, but just, there's something about it, and I just love him. So, but I think she'll end up with Morelli, personally. I think the way it goes, she's always had a thing for Morelli. And that's going to be the answer, I believe. Because they've known each other since they were kids. So, there we go. That was fun. Alright, so here's my bling here. Now, sadly, I got red bling. No, I might just use the red bling. Because I think the blue might be kind of weird. And I've done a book club at one point years ago. And then it just was like, nah, I just can't do it. Then I started working overnights, and I'm like, no, I'm not doing this anymore. Maybe we should start a book club. Problem is, who has time to read nowadays? It's like, it's hard to find time. Like, I don't know about everyone's ages. I'm probably more on the younger side here. But I can definitely understand that. It's getting harder to. I mean, fine. I say this while I'm making crafts every night. But no, it is hard to find time to do things you enjoy. But the last year or so, I just really gotten into. Hey, I try to read a little bit every couple days, and it keeps my mind more with it. My last job, I was very bored, so yeah, there was a lot of reading happening there. You know when 6.5 years ago, um, I started that job, and the office manager at the time was like, "Bring a book." And I'm like, "Okay, I can do that." Anyway, so there's our finished card. 41 minutes in. It's nice, actually. It's not my best one. I'm mixed about it, but it's really nice. Anyway, so yeah. I'm sure we could share a lot about reading. That could be a video for another day. Alright, so there we go. There's our card. I'm not going to pull out the rest of the batches. We've seen them a number of times. And I actually posted all the pictures of the previous ones already in the Facebook group. So I'll add this picture over on Facebook. But yeah, oh, someone's sending me a whole bunch of hearts. Thank you. But yeah, pretty card. Not bad, actually. So, just to already look at what's... Because I had pulled out a whole bunch of the papers and prep for working on some of these. I already want to peek. What's the next paper going to be that I'm pulling from cutting envelopes? Actually, I'll pull both of them because there's 3, but 2 are the same. So next is we have that really nice paper, which is going to be really fun to do. And then we have this. So if anybody has any suggestions on colors for the cardstock and then for the panel piece, let me know. This one, I know where this is from. I might be able to find information on what is this color, if it's Pool Party or if it's Lost Lagoon, because I can't remember the timeline. And then this, it's probably, I wouldn't say just jade. I think it was mint macaroon. I would say that color is. So at least I have a bit of idea what colors these might be. Alright everyone, I'm gonna go because it's time to go to bed. For real. And do a bit of reading. The book, so the Babysitter's Club I'm reading is Claudia's Big Party or something. She had a big party and I guess she got in trouble for having a party or something. I don't know. I'm barely into it. So have a great night everyone. We'll see you soon. Bye.